our head table. Amin Mortazavi, the Vice President of Acer Middle East and Africa, is in the center. To his right is Alan Burns, Vice President for Acer EMEA. And on Mr. Mortazavi's left is Sonali Bhatia, who's the Consumer Business Unit Manager. I'd also like to make mention quickly of a few other Acer representatives who are here with us this evening. David Liu, Associate Vice President. Victor Chen, Associate Vice President based in Taipei. Alan Burns, Vice President Sales EMEA Smartphones Business Unit. John Medeva, Director of Mobile and Options Product Business Unit. Christoph Huben, Business Unit Manager Mobility, Consumer EMEA. Hong Lu, Business Unit Manager Projector EMEA. Wahid Razali, Trade and Product Marketing Manager. Ritesh Jasinghani, Sales Manager. Rakesh Subru, Product Manager. Celeste Gibbons, Marketing Manager. And Kieran Borker, who is the Marketing Manager here in the Middle East. Without further delay, I'd like to introduce Amin Mortazavi.
Thank you, Mike. Good evening and masal khair. I have to say I'm really overwhelmed. I'm positively impressed by the number of familiar faces that I see here from our friends from the media across the region, actually. Really glad to be here and have the full house this evening. As many of you know, my name is Alan Mortazavi, and I'm the Vice President for the Acer Computers operations across the Middle East and the African continent. And I'm really thrilled to be here at this Middle East press conference, which is titled Designed for Touch, as you see here. First, let me start by saying that it is a remarkable time to be actually in a technology brand. The world is evolving and is getting interesting by the quarter. The influence of technology in the world is enormous and is growing day by day. We want to keep breaking boundaries and we want to keep inspiring progressive change as Acer, but we can only do this truly effectively in a way we create a platform for innovation. Today, the technology is opening new possibilities for people and giving them new ways to participate and contribute to society and helping them to explore the world around them. This gets us really excited at Acer, and we are a very energetic company. That is why our brand is single-mindedly focused on enabling our users to explore beyond the limits, which you see it all over. Today, the PC users are becoming smarter, and they demand a significant enhancement when it comes to user experience, not to mention constant innovation, especially from PC vendors around the world. We at Acer have come to realize that it's no longer about computer, it's about computing. Therefore, we're continuously working to enhance the user experience of our new range of touch and type computing devices, and that is why those devices are the industry benchmark and major milestone in our history, in our company history. All our products have been made possible through ambitious Acer design and collaboration with our partners and customers. And at this point of time, I would like to mention the fact that almost 10% of our global workforce is basically in research and development. And it is very important for us that we take the feedback from the market, not only from our partners across the globe, but also from customers, and convey this message to the research and development department to make sure that we come out with the products that are fitted to the customer, not the other way around. Don't figure out the product and go and find the customer. Today you will see some amazing products like the inspiring R7 and the award-winning S7 Ultrabook. Our range of Android and Windows-based tablets will be mesmerized you, that I can guarantee you. For Acer, the Middle East remains a very key market, and the company continues to invest in the region like we have done in the last 12 months. Bringing in new technologies and products to meet an ever-growing and demanding user base, and that is very important to cater to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will thoroughly enjoy your Acer experience today, and without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Alan Burns, who is our Vice President for smartphones across EMEA, to say a few words to get the excitement a little bit higher. Thank you very much.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody out there, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. So it's great to be here. I've spent a lot of time in my past in Dubai. I've had experiences in the Middle East going back 10, 15 years. And this is a great dynamic environment. And it's great to see it grow. The power that's generated out of this Emirates is astounding. I was talking to an old colleague today, and he was telling me about the new airport being built, catering for over 100 million people a year. What a growth concept, particularly when you have one already which is deploying 70 million people a year. So I think I'm very excited to be here, and looking forward to the launch of our new handsets in Dubai over the coming quarter. So I'm here to talk to you about those handsets. Before I go there, I'd like to take you through the journey that we've been through over the past 2 years. Primarily, the world is changing in relation to both IT and the handset business. We've already heard mobility is key. We're a computing company, not just a PC company. If you look at how things are moving and have moved over the last 2 years and will move over the next 2 years in relation to mobile computing, we have HSPA, which is almost ubiquitous around the globe. We have a deployment of LTE, which will ramp up through next year and will become ubiquitous in 2015, 2016. That means anybody who is not in the smartphone space and in the IT space will have a real problem over the coming years. So as Acer, we've all had our challenges in the same way as the rest of the IT business has since 2010. And we've pared back our organisation to focus very clearly on those core competencies that made us great in the past and will make us great again. One of the key elements we kept in place was the smartphone business. However, it needed a bit of a revamp. It needed realigning and a revamp. So for the last 2 years, Jim Wong and JT have employed myself and some other key individuals from the smartphone business to help Acer do that. So we've spent the last couple of years realigning the business from a technology standpoint through to go-to-market. So we've made some very hard and conscious decisions in relation to the markets we're deploying. So we retrenched ourselves a little bit, maybe 18 months ago, and now through this year we've relaunched. So the first things we did, we realigned ourselves from a technology standpoint. We have a platform-based strategy. We run MTK from entry level up to mid-tier. Excuse me, I should have switched my phone off. We run MTK from entry level to mid-tier. We have a very strong Qualcomm alignment, which you'll see in the Snapdragon 800 chipset in our high-tier product, and we're talking with Intel. From an OS perspective, we're aligned very heavily right now with Android, although we do have a dialogue with Microsoft. We do not run Microsoft at the moment because we do not see the market pull. We do believe in the OS, it's just an issue of market pull from our perspective. So platforming in OS is very key. Industrial design is very key. You will see going forward and evolving, but key design language in our products. And you will see us deploying innovation in the handsets. And when we come to talk to you about the Liquid S2, which is our latest phablet phone, I can talk to you about industry first, which was reported at IFA. So time to market is very important. Historically, if I look at the Middle East and Africa, and I ran through a previous slice a couple of $1 billion business in the Middle East and Africa, so I'm fairly au fait with the environment. We were launching products as Acer between 3 and 6 months late in relation to Europe. That is not something you do in this environment. So we took the conscious, and that was primarily because we couldn't translate the OS in time. The world has moved on. Android OS is pretty good as stock. The elements that we put in on the phone, which is above and beyond the stock OS, we can translate relatively quickly, and what I can tell you now is that we will be launching in line with Western Europe and any new products. And Western Europe is typically the launch globally right now. So through last year, we relaunched in multiple markets across the globe. We're now in Thailand, Taiwan, China, we're in Indonesia, and we're in the Philippines. In Europe, we've just finished launches and are deploying in Germany, France, UK, Benelux, Spain, Italy. Where are we not? We're in Russia, and now we're in Ukraine as well. And this quarter, we just launched out of South Africa into Southern Africa. So the time is right for us now to launch in the Middle East. And through this quarter, and going into next quarter, we will deploy 3 new handsets. And that's what I want to take you to shortly. Before we go there, again, I want to re-emphasize the points on why we're in this business. We will have mobile computing from 3.5 inches up to 17 inches. We will be deploying multitasking from 3.5 inches up to 17 inches in the mobile computing space. That is what we will do. One of the phones I'll show you today, the 3.5 inch entry-level product, the Z3, is already a multitask handset. It has what we call a float caller in it. What this means is if you're doing an app, like you're doing your email, you're doing an SMS or something of that nature, taking a photograph, someone rings you, the app doesn't disappear. You get a little caller, it comes up, and you can take or reject a call. Other multitasking facilities I'll show you a bit later on. In terms of our seamless synchronization, we drive with Acer Cloud. So Acer Cloud allows us to synchronize with all other Acer-based products, regardless of OS. So although we're Android, we can still synchronize with Microsoft. We also have, on the mid and high tier products, the ability to present wirelessly and print wirelessly. So we're thinking of productivity-based products. A lot of these things we bring to the marketplace are a result of our Acer DNA. So as well as being smartphone capable, with experts from that industry, we bring a lot of the expertise out of the IT industry into the smartphone space. And that is very critical going forward. Because I would not want to be, as I have been in the past, a simple phone vendor. This world will changing, and similarly, I would not like to be a simple IT vendor. Because if you don't have a smartphone capability, you will become marginalized in 3 to 5 years. So moving into the first phone, I was talking to you about the Liquid Z3, which is launched and now running in Europe. It is our first entry-level handset that we'll be launching into the Middle East. I won't go into a lot of depth here because Wahid, my marketing manager, will be able to take you through the great assets that are in this phone a bit later on. But primarily, this is a dual-core, dual-SIM product. You have 21 meg download on this with from a network perspective. And if you want to use it as a hub, by the way, you can connect up to 6 other products on this by tethering. This becomes a pretty powerful device whether you're a consumer or a business user. We also look at it from the perspective of the first user. A lot of people are coming from the normal handset business into the smartphone business. This becomes quite critical with some of them in terms of complexity. So one of the things we do add is a little quick mode button which allows you to very simply get into the phone and customize it to a way that you'd like to use. And again, please talk to Wahid, he will show you how this works. It's really very cool. It even has an element here for people like me whose eyesight is shot called the senior mode, which gives you a big keypad and a few key elements to run after. That is the Z3. One of the other key products that we will be deploying is the Liquid S1. This was our first phablet launched. This is a quad-core 1.5 gigahertz product, lovely big display, 42 meg download capability on this phone. This is a very powerful device. You have a lovely 8 meg camera on the back, and on the front there's this 2 megapixel camera, which importantly gives you a very wide 88-degree angle, wide-angle lens, which if you're doing a conference call is absolutely wonderful if you're a foreign person like me, or if you're like my marketing manager, who in a party where I didn't want to do this, he stood there taking wide-angle videos of the party that was going on and captured everyone. So whether you're a consumer and want to have some fun with a product, or a prosumer and you want to do things like originate any Microsoft element like Excel, etc., you can do that on here and you can project it. The other key phablet that we'll be deploying is the one that was launched to great acclaim at IFA a few weeks back. This is the Liquid S2. This is a Snapdragon 800 chipset from Qualcomm. This is the first phone launch announced with 4K recording capability. Innovation from Lإيسر, industry first. There are 4 other key firsts in this phone, not seen before in the industry. On the back we have a lovely ring lens with 4 LEDs, which gives you a shadowless image. This you'll see on expensive cameras around, this kind of ring lens concept. We also have another quad in here. There are 4 microphones, which are great for noise cancellation. And if you're in a business meeting, this will give you the same quality as any conference call phone that you can get today. So great for conference calling. We have Dolby Digital, the first Dolby Digital, wonderful effect if you have stereo speakers on, and a great stereophonic speaker in the back here. Some key innovation elements on this. We also have on the product, it shouldn't just be an also because many of us carry phones, we have a Gorilla Glass 3, which makes this thing pretty much scratchless. A lot of innovation in the phones. Again, talk to Wahid, he can show you how these work. We have a multitasking capability on the handset, which allows you to have multiple elements up simultaneously from camera to the calculator and numerous other things, that if you're doing an email or something of that nature, you want to take a calculation, you can do that without getting out of the app. So, in essence, we have 4 key products that we'll be deploying through the Middle East shortly. The phones will be available through this quarter and into next quarter. These are the 3 phones. Please feel free to talk with Wahid about these products. He'll take you through the detail. And this is Lإيسر's new launch for the Middle East coming forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And now I'd like to introduce
Sonali Bhaskar.
Thank you very much. So, good evening, everybody. We'll continue with the mobility and we'll talk about the market trends and what Lإيسr is doing to address the customer requirements here. So, what are the trends? We all keep talking and I get quizzed about what's happening to the mobility world. What are the changes? Is it just a hardware, tablets? What's happening? So, we have an answer as Lإيسr. We've got products for every consumer, and before we go into what the consumer expectations are and how we're answering, we'll just shortly touch on what are the trends in the market. Today, when you look at you and me, we're both consumers. We could be in the IT business, but we're still a consumer. What do we want? We want a machine that boots up quickly, that works effectively, that's powerful, that looks good. It's as good as carrying a designer bag or a nice phone. We want something trendy. We want something that's secure. Everything today we do is online, whether it's social media, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's chatting with your friends online. So a lot of the business, a lot of our social work, a lot of our interaction with people is online. We want something that is on the go, that we can basically address. Today the work-life balance is huge. We want to have everything on the go. Constant communication is essential. I mean, BBM, WhatsApp, Viber, whatever is your tool, everybody wants to be online in constant communication. PC is basically our life. Today, think of your life without your phone or your laptop. All your contacts are gone, your pictures are gone, your media, your emails, it's a nightmare, right? So we want something that's secure, that answers our requirements socially, and it's the content consumption and creation that's allowed there. So, what is Lإيسr doing? Are we answering the requirements there? Yes, we are. We want more and more touch. So when you look at our lineup, which was probably there 2 quarters ago to what is now, you'll see a higher offering on touch. So it's about what the consumer wants. Is it quicker? What's very frustrating is when you switch on your laptop and you have to wait, you can go make your coffee and come back and it's still booting up. This is being answered by Acer. We've got something called Acer Instant On all our laptops, so it's quick to power up. It's faster, thanks to our friends in the processor world, so we're getting newer technology. You've got all of that offered on Acer laptops, Acer products, whether it's Intel or AMD. It's lighter, it's slimmer, we've got the Ultrabooks, it's sleek, you want color options. Everybody wants colors. Whether you buy it or not, you still want a choice to have colors. We have that today. Why do we want mobility? We want something that we can be up and about with and we don't have to worry about a charger. So we have a product that has a longer battery life now. Choices of tablets. Is it a 7-inch for you? Is it an 8-inch? Is it a 10-inch? Is it an Android? Is it a Windows 8? We have it there. It depends on what your requirements are. Matching accessories. How frustrating is it when you have a beautiful laptop or a beautiful tablet and you have an ugly carry case or an ugly case with it? So you have that. You have an offering that goes hand in hand with the machine that you want. Content creation and consumption we spoke about. This is something key, and when you are as a user, you're no longer talking about, I want 4 GB, 500, I want a dedicated. You're talking about what is your requirement. Are you on AutoCAD? Are you on Twitter? Are you just doing emails? And basis that, we have a product. We all, and I mean, sorry, I'll be surprised if all of us don't have multiple devices. We all have a laptop, we all have a phone, some of us have a desktop, and we want all of this to talk to each other, right? So it could be a tablet that we're using for content usage, not for creation. You could have a phone, you want your phone data to be backed up on your laptop, so you need products that talk to each other. Not like an operating system that doesn't talk to Windows or doesn't talk to Android. You need something that is easy to manage, and we have that. The prime thing is we all want data that we can use anywhere, anytime. We don't have to go home to switch it on, and that's key. So with that, I'll just take you to the Acer Star products. All of us in the IT community have products that answer all the needs. So I'll just talk about the Star products where, like Amin and Alan said, we've spent a lot of time on R&D, research and development. We all want to have a differentiation. We want to basically have a story for the consumer where it's just not a laptop that you switch on or a phone. So the S7, talking of the Ultrabooks, this is the key product, the Star product. You will see it in the product lounge. It's got Gorilla Glass, thin, it's sensitive to light, it switches on quite nicely, the battery is there, and it's really, really nice looking. Please have a look in the product lounge. You've got the Aspire P3, which is a tablet. Again, it's quite revolutionary in this space. It's a hybrid tablet. Also, I won't go into the specs, it's boring. We have data sheets for that, but I would really encourage you to play with the products when you have a chance. I'll just show you a video here on the R7 that we've all been talking about.
Hi there. Welcome to nothing, which is a little weird, but roll with me here for a minute. It's about to get really cool. When we set out to design the Acer Aspire R7, we started with a blank slate. Threw out convention and asked, how do people really want technology to work? Here's the first thing we noticed. Touchscreen laptops are amazing, but they can be kind of awkward. You have the trackpad, the keyboard, the touchscreen, you gotta reach over the keyboard all zombie style. So, we asked, what's a better way to do it? Can I borrow one of these? Sure. Let's go this way. You have a cappuccino, please? Thanks. Let's just hold this down if you don't mind. Now, with the R7, we move the keyboard up front, push the trackpad back, and let the touch screen and everything on it be closer to you. Touch and tight. It's easy. And when you want to share something, flip it over, and the image rotates. And so do the stereo channels on the Dolby sound system. This one's yours. You gotta buy your own. Thank you. Now, when you want to read the news or update your status, you don't need a keyboard. So, flip the screen down like this, and use it as a tablet. Hi. Do you mind if let's say you're browsing for a gift for your husband? Boyfriend? Me? Hey, it was good. good. And your mom wants to video chat.
Mom?
Hi there, Mom. And of course we designed the diesel hinge to stay put no matter how you position it. 50 bucks? Thanks. Okay, you're working on an idea and you need to show something to the rest of your team. Or you want to collaborate and do some sketches for your next project. We gave the R7 the guts to run your most demanding software, but I guarantee they're playing digital air hockey on it again. So that's the Acer Aspire R7, designed from the beginning to help you dive in, explore, and be more connected than ever before. It just feels more human. The Acer Aspire R7, the notebook designed for touch.
So that's exploring beyond limits, right? So this is something we'd like to showcase and we're really proud of it. I encourage you to please play with the product, just don't have a look and shy away from it. Again, yes, there is budgetary concerns, we all want to have a wow product. The Wi-Fi 122P is an affordable machine, looks good, it's touch, it's portable, it's light, it's good looking. This is again then, it's going to be also one of our GITEX focus cues, so I encourage you again to have a look here. Tablets. This is, I think, the buzzword in our industry. What's happening? Tablets is taking over the notebooks. Notebooks is getting cannibalized. No, it's not. Are you going to replace your notebook with a tablet? No, you're not. You're going to have a tablet. You're going to have a notebook, depending on what you need. Is it a 7-inch? Is it an 8-inch? Is it a 10-inch? That depends on what you'd like to do. As a consumer, my requirements are different from yours. Yours are different from your child. Your child's different from his teacher. It depends on what you want to do. Do you want to read? Do you want a Google Map? Do you want to watch a movie? What do you want to do? Depending on that, depending on the budget, depending on your requirements, we have an option. And it goes a step further, there's a color option as well. So you're not stuck with a black or a blue from the other vendors, right? OS, Windows, Android, what would you like? We have the option. So again, this is there. Pricing is pretty aggressive. We start from $399 and it goes on all the way to $2,599, $2,999, again, depending on your bracket that you want to spend and your usage. We're going to have, again, aggressive offers for GITEX Shopper. So if you're looking at buying presents, Eid is coming around, I encourage you to please look at Acer. Again, talking of R&D, this is a smart display. This is an Android monitor, which basically could be a tablet, which is 21.5. So again, on display, we're one of the first in the market with it. Something that's a very interesting product, depending on the usage. You could have it in let's say, an automobile showroom to look at the colors of the car, what would suit better, what wouldn't, what tires, whatever the options are. A hotel, you could have it in the kitchen in your house to see what you want to cook or look at the recipes. Again, it's interesting, and we want to use this to basically change the image that we have, up the R&D, and yes, we want to have niche products, and we're bringing them one by one to the market. All-in-ones. It's changing. I mean, the towers are there on the corporate side and on the gaming side where you need a more expandable machine. All-in-one, again, is nice, sleek. You want to have the touch. You want to have clutter-free, plug-and-play designs. We have that. We've got an offering right from the dual-core going up to the high end, depending on what your requirements are, both in terms of the processor and the screen size. So this is something, again, very interesting. Again, it's socially, I mean, for the kids, it's much nicer than giving them a small notebook to play with. They can do all their, Skyping with the friends, you've got all your music, you've got your project work, your research work, all quite nicely done, and it doesn't look ugly on a desktop. It looks nice, clean, clutter-free, and it's easy. You've got all the USB ports in the back, and you've got an optical drive, and it's all up. So plug and play, no need to do heavy patches or all of that. And what are we doing for GITEX? So for GITEX, we're going to have a strong presence at the shopper, combined with aggressive offers. We're going to be there both with our retailers as well as have a standard standalone stand which is Acer dedicated. We're going to have our Heroes queues there, and we're going to have a Windows 8 experience zone. So a buyer can come and have a feel of the products, have a feel with Windows 8, see if they're comfortable before they buy, so that they're happy with the purchase afterwards. Again, what is different this GITEX is we're going to have promotions, we're going to have focus across all products. So whether it's a notebook, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a monitor, whether it's a projector, whether it's a desktop, whether it's a gaming machine, whether it's an all-in-one, we're there, and we're going to be pretty competitive. So looking forward to seeing you all at the shopper. And with that, thank you very much for your time.
Sonali and Alan and Amin, thank you. Before we welcome you next door to have a closer look at these products, we'll entertain just a few questions. If there are any questions you wanted to pose? Everyone is excited to see the products up close, I think. Any questions? Thank you all very much, and we'll see you. You have a question, I'm sorry, sir.
Michael, we're going to be still around if there are any questions one-on-one.
Jack, SD card reader, brightness, and at the back we have another USB port, another two ports for USB, and an HDMI cable, HDMI out. Because why would you need an HDMI out on a 23-inch? And power jack.
Yes, Acer to Acer. We are discussing pros and cons of making it available for what we want to do first is make it from Acer to Acer tablets first. I know it's not and we'll take that to that, and also this was nice.
As a CEO, and then there's one device for the marketing team, and you buy 6 Acer devices. So they can all interact and talk about presentations and how we can integrate it with tablets and be better because presentations are accessed on the tablet.
Yes.
And you can look at all of them, editing, no, let's run this off, let's put this here, let's put this bar here, but how the business
Very correct.
So you can actually look at it from a B2B point of view as well, which is interesting.
Very correct. It's also a make weight in the balance where you have someone that is equipped. Let's say the father has this money, he wants to buy a device for the kids. Maybe he look into a Samsung naturally, but then he may say, "Oh, I have this great app that I can use with my kids. Why not give them this one or this one because it's sure by the same price. I don't lose anything in features. I can get that for free."
Sure. I'll tell you what, you guys have a lot of hidden features and really very interesting things.
Yes.
I will keep in touch with you.
Absolutely.
Because when I write about this in the next issue, I'm going to write about all these interesting features and the software developments that you have. And yeah, you can share them with me. Like this one, for example, pretty interesting.
We'll be sitting